Welcome to today's Business Report. I'm Denise Williams, here to bring you the stories shaping the financial world and guiding your journey to smarter business decisions. Let's dive into the top headlines. Chairman of ITEL BPO, Yoni Epstein, says there needs to be changes to the country's industrial relations law, which were enacted in the 1970s. Two of the most far-reaching pieces of labor legislation in the 1970s were the Labor Relations and Industrial Dispute Act of 1975 and the Employment Termination and Redundancy Payment Act passed in 1974. One of the features of the Labor Relations Act is that it gave legal recognition to the right of workers to trade union representation and established the Industrial Disputes Tribunal to hear their grievances and make relevant rulings. Epstein told RJR News that a revision of the relevant legislation would help drive more investments, productivity, and foreign exchange earnings in the knowledge process outsourcing sector, asserting that Jamaican workers were more competitive than their international counterparts. That said, there have been various complaints about labor relations practices in the BPO sector, with working conditions, the nature of contracts, and lack of union representation among the main complaints of workers. In corporate updates, tourism, entertainment, and food provider Margaritaville Limited unaudited financials for the 9 months ended February 28, 2025, reports an 89% increase in the 9 months net profit. Next, Innovative Energy Group Limited, which formerly traded as Siboney, unaudited financials for the 9 months ended February 28, 2025, reports 9 months net profit of $112.03 million. Kevin Powell, principal of the Jamaica Stock Exchange eCampus, shares his thoughts on how current trends become currency in your career as the artificial intelligence changes bear down on the labor market. We learn more in this interview. Principal Powell,
yes.
You know, in news, we're always looking at challenges such as job loss, reduction in workforce. We look at challenges such as minimum wage salaries and the whole idea of earning a living wage.
Yes.
This is currency.
Yep.
Yes? Okay. Why do you resonate as a school principal with the concept of what is current is currency? Tell me why.
So this is an important concept there, Denise. What is current is currency, because it speaks to why are you, in this environment of looking at, as we say, current issues that are going to be impacting your business model, impacting your own personal and professional lifestyle, is because there is a sense in which you need to make yourself current, you need to make yourself relevant.
Sounds like more training.
How do you make yourself more current and relevant? Training. Looking at what are those skills, what are those knowledge areas that are trendy, that are current, that you need to capitalize on now because they present themselves as opportunity for you to exploit tomorrow. Yeah, things like artificial intelligence, things like, where language models are going, agile project management, staying from where you are remotely to do something that can be done in less than a day or two, becoming more automated and digitizing your skill sets is an important part of why we need to become and remain current. And training is what's going to do that. Investing in knowledge that is current, relevant to today's needs and the market space and the volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous environment that we now exist in today. Yes, today's tariff, tomorrow is going to be something else. Yes, so what are you going to do to remain relevant in this ever-changing market space and landscape is what we're talking about with remaining and being current, so that you can use that tomorrow to build your own currency.
So are you comfortable saying publicly that the answer to the challenge of earning a living wage is better training.
Is better training. And
You're comfortable saying
I'm
that?
comfortable saying that. An investment in yourself, an investment in education, always and will always reap the best rewards. You have to remain on top of the knowledge ecosystem by training. Be a lifelong learner. That's my own mantra. Be a lifelong learner. The realities of yesterday are not today's realities. The knowledge of yesterday, it exists as knowledge, but it's not relevant for today's space. So always be in the know, always be relevant and current by enrolling in relevant, authentic, credible training programs that are going to be current and relevant for your training needs.
For the trading period ending April 22, 2025, these were the most actively traded stocks. Toll road operator Jamaica Highway Limited with 5,603,612 units traded, representing 34% of market sales volume. Investment house QWI Investments Limited with 2,143,294 units traded, representing 13.01% of market sales volume. Alternative energy provider Wigton Energy Limited with 2,072,503 units traded, representing 12.58% of market sales volume. We now shift our focus to the Forex market rate set by the Bank of Jamaica. On April 22, 2025, the Bank of Jamaica reported US $72.60 million purchased and US $66.28 million sold by Forex traders. Forex traders earned $1.36 per dollar selling the US at $159.08 and buying the US at $157.72. The Canadian dollar netted Forex traders $2.46 per transaction, with selling at $114.70 and buying at $112.24. The British pound yielded Forex traders $3.44 in profit, with selling at $211.30 and buying at $207.86. For our credit report tip of the day, you're considered credit invisible if you have no credit history with the major credit bureaus. Credit invisibility isn't just the absence of a number on a report. It's a barrier to ownership, entrepreneurship, and growth. You can benefit from recognizing these hurdles and taking a step-by-step action to build a credit profile that works for you. Here are some ideas for you. With no credit score, any credit you obtain comes at subprime pricing, which is very high interest rates, and it will cost you more to borrow. One suggestion to counter that is to become an authorized user on a family member's or friend's card to inherit their positive history. Another reality is that banks won't extend capital to an unknown entity, stalling your entrepreneurial growth. In this case, we suggest that you open a credit builder loan at a community credit union. Make on-time payments that will be reported to the credit bureaus. And that wraps up today's business report. I'm Denise Williams, reminding you that every financial decision is a step toward your future. Until next time, stay focused, stay informed, and keep striving for success. See you soon.